Alright, so here we are. We've got the Ford Ranger PX2, and we're replacing the quick strut on this because mine is it's just dropped out. No good at the moment. People doing these recently, so I'm just going to go through what it is that they've done. We're essentially going to be dropping at the top, and I'm going to drop these off the control arm either side, undo the bottom of the strut. I'm going to take off the link for the sway bar, take off the ABS line just to keep that out of the way so we don't stretch it or kink it or damage it in any way. And then once that's done, we should be able to just get the new one, place it straight in, do it up, and that should be it. Okay, so what I've done here is I've just put a ratchet strap in between the two control arms. That'll just give it a little bit of tension so that when we drop these out, it'll stop the bushes from falling out, and it'll just help line everything up again afterwards. So that should make things a little bit easier at the other end of the job. Okay, just undoing the bolt for the linkage to the sway bar. Now, some people on this one have said get it to there, knock it out. What I've also found is that it'll be quite important to make sure that you lift this control arm up and bring that up to a point where that linkage isn't under so much load, so that you can get it out. Otherwise, you're going to end up stripping that thread when you're trying to get it out. So you really want to get it where it's not under any pressure, like that. Yeah, otherwise you're just going to do damage. So once you've done that, let it back down again. Always remember to get some jack stands underneath there as well, and I've put the spare tyre, the wheel that's come off here, I've put that underneath as an extra safeguard, because you certainly don't want that coming down on top of you. It's now time to undo that ABS cable. That is, it's an 8mm. Once you've done that, try to put all of your screws and nuts back to roughly where they came from, so you don't lose them. Little clips just underneath here, and that you'll see that you need to just undo. That should just unclip, so you can just free that ABS line up out of the way. Just tuck it out of the way there where you can. Okay, next thing is going to be dropping out those control arms. Might also want to make just a little mark which I've done earlier, just here for your wheel alignment. So just a mark there, mark on the frame so you know where to line it up again later on. Do that at the front end and the back end of that control arm. And that'll make things a whole lot easier for you later on. Once I've got that loose, I'll be able to hit it with a socket. Unless I can just get it off now. And you just need to get off the alignment plate. Okay, so you see I've got a little mark there. I've lined that up on the other side as well. I want to keep them together. Do the same on the other side. Just so you know where I'm going with that one. So you know where I'm going with that one. That is just underneath here. Keep those at end so I can just make sure. I've got them at the right end. Later on. Okay, take a bit of pressure off that so that can move around. Okay, that's nice and loose. Let's see if that end's loose too. Yeah, that's nice and loose, so it makes it a whole lot easier to pull out. Now once I've done that, that should just drop down slightly. Okay. Now I can just put these back in together just to make sure I keep them where they're supposed to be. And on the right ones, you notice as well there's a groove cut in there. And you've also got a couple of little bits there that will slide in there, and it means that the alignment can be done a lot easier. I'm lining those up later on. Okay, put them. Okay, so once we've done that, all we need to do then is with a 22mm, we just need to undo that nut at the bottom of the strut. Okay, so once that's out, really, you should be able to just lower that control arm back down. You can see that we can then lift this strut out from behind. That's why. Okay, we can lift that strut. Okay, so what now we've got is the replacement one. Take off those nuts. Make sure you get it the right way. Okay, so we can get that up in there. Now I'll put a couple of those nuts back on the top just to hold it in place. It doesn't drop back out. And then it's a matter of moving in reverse. got a bit of a lift in it this way, just so it can accommodate the bull bar on the front. I sort of line this bolt up at the bottom. Now I can just start that off, or I can tighten it right up. Doesn't really matter. So we're just getting that in. In a moment we will just make sure we get everything else. We'll tighten that up again. Once we're done, I can get this underneath and start to lift that back in place. Actually, I might just move that out a bit closer to the centre of the car, which will help lifting that up into position. There we go. That's what it is again. Pretty lucky that that's lined up a bit in there. Remember that we've got that little groove in the centre there, and that'll run down the shaft or the spline of that bolt. Get that alignment a bit rough where it is now. I'm going to have to get an alignment done later anyway, because I've changed the suspension around, but at least it'll be a good starting point. Okay. Got that strap going between the two control arms. So better just give that a bit of a knock with the rubber mallet. They're all nice and tight in there. Okay, next I'm putting the ABS line back where it belongs. Redo those clips. And then you've got your sway bar. With that sway bar linkage, you can see that that won't line up into there, so you end up working pretty hard. So just get your jack in underneath. That's better. That's it.